Friends, today's story is about a fascinating defense partnership that could reshape the balance of power in the Mediterranean, and even redefine South Korea's role on the global stage. Greece, a NATO member strategically located between Europe, Asia, and Africa, is in talks with South Korea for 3 major defense deals. We're talking about submarines, high-tech combat drones, and military vehicles, all with local production in Greece. So why is this happening now, and what does it mean for both countries? Let's break it down. In March 2025, the European Union announced one of its most ambitious defense spending programs ever, a massive rearmament drive under the Readiness 2030 plan. The goal? Strengthen Europe's military capabilities amid rising global tensions, an unpredictable security environment, and uncertainty over long-term U.S. commitment. For South Korea, this was a golden opportunity. Already one of the fastest-growing arms exporters in the world, Seoul has built a reputation for delivering high-quality, cost-effective, and technologically advanced defense systems on time. And now, it's setting its sights on Europe, with Greece as one of its key entry points. The first proposal on the table comes from Hanwha Ocean, a South Korean shipbuilder. They're offering Greece brand-new submarines, along with upgrades to the Hellenic Navy's existing Type 214 Papanikolas-class submarines. But here's the important part. Greece isn't just looking to buy ready-made vessels. It wants at least 25% of the work done in Greek shipyards. That means more jobs for local workers, technology transfer, and building long-term capability inside Greece itself. This is a big deal because most arms deals simply deliver the finished product. Here, Greece is making sure it invests in its own defense industry at the same time. Next is the Loyal Wingman drone system developed by Korean Aerospace Industries. This is a manned-unmanned teaming concept where autonomous drones fly alongside piloted fighter jets. These drones can carry weapons, gather intelligence, or act as decoys, multiplying the combat effectiveness of the Air Force without putting pilots in harm's way. If the deal goes through, Greece wouldn't just import these drones. It would manufacture them domestically, integrating them with the Hellenic Air Force. This could place Greece among the few countries with indigenous production capability for advanced combat drones, a huge leap in air power. The third offer is for co-production of modern tactical military vehicles to replace Greece's aging transport and armored fleets. Once again, production would happen in Greece, which strengthens local industry. From troop carriers to specialized armored platforms, these vehicles would give the Greek army modern mobility, essential in both domestic security and NATO missions abroad. So why are these deals important? First, defense sovereignty. Greece wants to avoid overdependence on a single supplier, whether that's the US, France, or Germany. Second, industrial growth. All 3 deals involve local manufacturing. Third, geopolitical timing. Tensions in the Eastern Mediterranean make fast defense upgrades a necessity. And finally, for South Korea, this is more than just business. It's about building influence in Europe, moving from regional supplier to global strategic partner. At the moment, Greece has said all 3 proposals align with its long-term defense goals. The next step is detailed negotiations over cost, timelines, and exact production arrangements. If final agreements are signed, this could be the start of a deep, long-term Greece-South Korea defense partnership, something that could reshape the Mediterranean security landscape. This is defense diplomacy at its finest. Submarines, drones, and vehicles, yes, but also technology transfer, industrial growth, and strategic influence. Greece gets modern capabilities with local benefits, South Korea gets a foothold in Europe. A win-win, if it all goes according to plan. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next analysis.